everyone, it's Robin. I thought I would get started on a Christmas card that I would create with you here today. And it's that time of year again, if you don't want to be last minute Nelly like I usually am if you're doing handmade cards. And so, you know, as the season gets closer, things get busier and you start shopping for gifts and start baking and having different activities as you know, Christmas draws near. And so I just thought I would go ahead and get an early start, that it's the beginning of October, and get some Christmas cards started. So I have this one that I'm going to share today, and then I have another one that's done that I'll be sharing in the next video. So keep posted for that. I don't know how many I'll do. I'm not going to say it's a series, but just if you want to see what I create this year as far as Christmas cards, go ahead and subscribe, and so you won't miss any videos. Starting off on this card though with a piece of 5.5 inch by 11 inch piece of cardstock. This happens to be Stampin' Up! Naturals White. I scored it at 5.5. So we're creating a square card. And then the pattern papers I have are just kind of a hodgepodge. This is Webster's Pages. This is what the back looks like. Super pretty. Almost hate to cover, you know, where you can't use it, but this was the color that I needed. And then I'm also going to be using some old scraps. So this one measures 5 3/8 squared. So let me see. Do I want to go ahead and get, yeah, okay. I was trying to think, am I doing ribbon? I am doing lace, but I'm attaching it to the front of the card, not wrapping it around. So just going to adhere this down. And I've inked around all the edges with Vintage Photo Distress ink, just to give it kind of a finished look. I was thinking about doing white, and I thought, well, you're not going to be able to see it very well, so let me see. I just decided to do the Vintage Photo. Alright, so that's what that looks like so far. And then this is kind of a fun thing I've done in the past, but I actually use a layer on the card that's a frame, and this one is a Sizzix die. It's a big die called Frame with Flowers and Vine. You're not probably going to be able to see it very good on here. Maybe you can, but I cut that out using just actually a packaging box, like for cereal or something. I think this was actually for Little Debbie's. And then I just used some pattern paper that I had, and then if you see the shiny around the edges, I just added some really super fine glitter to that, and then I have that popped up on some foam. And then I have another square that was the inside, so I just cut that twice. And then this is just like a real glittery polka dot. I'm not going to adhere this down yet because I need to figure out exactly where I want everything. So that I think is going to go about right there. So let me go ahead and attach the frame, peeling off the liner for the foam tape. And I love making Christmas cards. They're probably my favorite, just because you can make so many of them, because I don't know how your list is, but my list is quite big of people that I give Christmas cards to. Now I don't mail them all, and this one I probably wouldn't mail. You could, it's not very dimensional, but I hand deliver a lot. So I have a piece right here that I didn't add glitter to, and that's because that's where my stamped image is going to go. So let me just make sure this didn't move around on me. Alright, so that looks centered to me, and hopefully it is. And you'll be able to tell better than I, because you're looking straight down on it. Okay, so let me get this piece out here from the top. I have it stuck under there a little bit. I do. Okay, so I'm just going to use regular tape for this. It doesn't need popped up because it just adds to the depth of the card. Okay, and then this is going to go in here. I have glitter going all over the place. A little tip, if you're using glitter, you can spray it with hairspray, and that kind of sets it where it's not as messy to fall off and get everywhere. I did not spray this with hairspray, but I probably will. Okay, and then I have this adorable little stamped image that I have colored with my Pro Markers, and then I also used, I don't know if you can see, let me see if I can get it right. I use this liquid applique, and then what you do is, well, for this one, I actually sprinkled some fine glitter on there, and then I got my heat gun out and I heated it up. You have to be very careful because it will burn, and it only takes just a few seconds, and then it starts to bubble up and look like fur, and I think that's perfect for a Christmas card. I have her on 3 thicknesses of foam tape here at the top, and then she's just going to rest on the frame here. So what I'm going to do is actually add a little bit of tape right down here. That will hold her that way, or down in that spot. And then, let's see here. I'm just going to have her over to the side with her hat resting a little bit. Let me see, make sure she's sitting on the frame. There, that looks good. So cute. I love, love, love it. The sentiment, so cute. I used this little Deck the Halls stamp, and that came from this Close to My Heart set called Christmas Melodies. The item number is D1324, and that's not from a current catalog, so I don't know if it's still available, and it's just that stamp right there. And I color that in using 3 markers. The blue is Not Quite Navy from Stampin' Up, and then Real Red and Old Olive. Those are all Stampin' Up markers. And then I use some Martha Stewart glitter glue on the holly leaves. And I just have that up on some foam. And I cut that out. I'll show you in just a second. I want that to go about right here. So cute. And I cut that out using one of my scalloped nestabilities, the smallest one of the larger of the 2 scallop circles, if that makes sense. And then, let me see. Next, I'm going to add just some, this is really, really pretty cotton. I'm all sparkly. Really pretty cotton trim. And I got that from Mel Santiago in Iraq, and I just really, really like it. And it adds a lot of nice texture. I'm going to add that right down here to the bottom of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this my way so I can get that hot glued down. Hopefully my glue gun's heated up right. Okay. Hopefully it's going to behave itself today. It has been, I have different glue sticks that I got from different places, and they're all just in a cup. And some of them I don't like at all because they're really stringy, and they leak out of my glue gun. They're not the ones that I usually pick up from Hobby Lobby. Actually, I think I got them when we were overseas, and I don't like them. But you can't tell the difference between the 2 because the good ones are the same color as the leaky ones. I'm going to just trim this down a little bit. It's fraying a little bit here on the edge. And this one. Okay. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do next is add some self-adhesive pearls. These are 5mm. I'm going to add some red ones. And then there's just going to be one more little embellishment. Okay. I know I'm going to add some up here, but I'll see in a second if it needs a little more balance after I add the last embellishment. Okay, and it's best to work in odd numbers. For some reason, our brains like that when something is in odd numbers. So it just makes it look more appealing, I guess would be the word. I'm not sure. So I just have 3 pearls there, and then to finish off the outside of the card, I have 2 options. I don't know which one to do yet. This one is a good match for the color, so that's probably what I'll use. It is a mulberry paper poinsettia from Wild Orchid Crafts. CX00032 is the code for that, and this is the smaller ones of the 2. And so I'm thinking about putting that right here. So I wish you guys could tell me what you think. That's option 1, and then option number 2 is this discontinued stitched felt Winter Wishes. So this is just a cute set. I love it, and I got a couple when they were on clearance. Okay, and then this is option number 2. So I kind of like the holly because this frame pattern paper is all in holly. But I just don't know. It's kind of a deeper red. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the poinsettia. I think that'll look nice because, like I said, the red matches nicely, and it may be a little overkill with the holly because I have holly on the inside as well. So I'm going to just add that right here with some hot glue. I'm going to go ahead and add the hot glue to here. That way I know it gets in the right spot. And then just pop that little guy right there. And that is it. So this is card number 1, and I went ahead and finished off the inside just with some scraps of pattern paper, and then this holly stamp there that I added some more of the glitter glue to, and then this Merry Christmas came from the Stamps of Life set, and it is called Penguins for Christmas, and I used that one right there. And then I stamped that with real red ink. So that's card number 1 for Christmas 2013. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to hear your comments on what you think of it. And if you enjoyed this video, I sure would appreciate it if you would consider giving it a thumbs up. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.